All righty. Good evening, everybody. It's Dr. Sean, the physical therapy application coach, here with Ava. Ava, how are we doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Well, good. Good. And where are you coming from right now?
Right now, I am in Steamboat, Colorado. I'm currently a ski instructor out here.
So fancy.
Yeah.
Where is Steamboat?
It's
Where's it
north.
close to?
It's like 3 hours away from Denver.
So nothing.
Yeah. Middle of nowhere.
Snow and mountains.
Right.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And have you done this in years before?
No, this is my first year. I'm actually kind of in a gap year between my undergrad physical therapy school. So I decided to be a ski instructor and be able to do the things that I love.
So you were like raised a skier.
I've been skiing ever since I was 5. So
Awesome. And will you be trying to do this again if you can?
Maybe after physical therapy school. Yeah, maybe I'll go to school, come back to a ski town, work on some ACLs, ski.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be very nice. Ava's dream right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ava, let's give people a little bit more of an opportunity to get to know more about you besides your love of skiing. Tell everybody a little bit more about you and how you got started into being interested in physical therapy.
Yeah, so I attended the University of Arizona, and there I was an athletic training technician. I knew I wanted to do either physical therapy or athletic training. And then I was also a PT shadow. So I kind of felt out both of those fields, leaned more towards physical therapy, started doing more shadowing opportunities, and just during the pandemic, interviewing physical therapists, seeing if I wanted to do that. And that's kind of where I fell in love with physical therapy, and that's about it.
That's awesome. So I have a lot of applicants ask me about this, and you've got more experience, boots on the ground with this. So when people feel conflicted between athletic training and PT, what sold you on PT versus athletic training?
Just the more opportunity. I loved working with sports and orthopedics of athletic training, but I kind of wanted a more diverse population, and physical therapy was able to provide me with that. And then more opportunity to go to pediatrics or just different specialty areas.
Okay, awesome. So the diversity in the profession. I mean, like you're an athletic trainer, you're an athletic trainer, right? Like it's what type of school setting you're attached to or different things. And I know there's different ATs associated with various organizations, but yeah. Okay, good. That helps. Thank you. So you decided you wanted to do physical therapy and the time came for you to start applying to schools. What was that experience like?
Well, that was a tough one because it was my senior year, and I had planned on applying and going to physical therapy school straight after my undergrad. I took my GRE and I took my final prereqs, and I realized that, oh no, I have a C in this class. I didn't do good on my GRE. I'm not sure if I should apply. So I decided to kind of defer for a year and work on my application. And so that's why I'm in my gap year now. But yeah, so it took me some time, but I finally sent in my applications a year later after I graduated.
Hey, that's fine. I feel like that is like more and more the norm of people to take a gap year, gather themselves, and then go from there. So, so you retook some classes, you retook the GRE, got yourself all squared away, and then so you didn't apply at all last year. You just said, "Hey, I need to."
No,
Okay, gotcha.
I started my PT CAS, and I got really stuck on my personal statement, which is why I came to you the next year, and other things like that. So yeah, I started my PT CAS, and then I just did not end up submitting anything until the next year.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's get to that point. So you got snagged on your personal statement, and how did you find me? And what was the experience like as we started working together to help you get your personal statement out of the mud?
Yeah, I actually remember the moment where I found you because I was in the airport. I know, I remember this exactly what I was in the airport. I was waiting for like a layover and I was searching on YouTube, trying to start my essay, trying to start brainstorming. And I came across your YouTube channel and I saw that you were also putting on a webinar for like a workshop for essays. I was like, okay, I'm signing up for that right away. And then I just started looking into your services and the one-on-one videos. That sold me. I was like, let's do it. Take
That's
my
awesome.
money. I will do it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
In the airport, the Tucson airport?
No, I was actually in the Denver airport.
The Denver airport.
I was going to a ski trip. That's what I was doing.
I
Yeah.
love Denver. I love skiing. This is good. Okay, awesome. So you showed up, you, like many others, came to my webinar, and then we had our first meeting. So what were you feeling about your personal statement? And as we started working together, how do you feel like things kind of came together for you?
So coming in, I just had so many different stories. I was so unorganized and I just did not know what to write about. I have never really reflected deeply on my strengths and my whys. So I was just kind of like all over the place. And I started with a really bad essay and I almost felt like embarrassed to have my friends and family read through that because I just feel like it didn't represent my strengths or who I was. So I came to you hoping that I could just narrow it down to a couple things and just get it all organized.
Awesome. And I remember you had like a study abroad or like some type of humanitarian thing, right?
Yeah, I studied abroad in Tanzania.
That's it. Knew it was Tanzania. Yeah. And I remember when we were sitting there, you're like, I don't know if I should include this. I was like, why would you not?
Right.
Yeah. So it's a very common thing that people will have like these big unique experiences. And it's like, it's hard to write about it, right? Because it's like you had so many different events that happened during that time period. But obviously, I think an important thing that we can share with other applicants is that there is a temptation to be like, I want to blend in and sound like everyone else because that's what feels safe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I write a kind of vanilla essay, it's not going to be off the beaten path, right? But we had to slash that idea and be like, hey, no, we need to make this Ava's essay. And I feel like as we kind of talked you through the psychology of why we needed to make some of the changes that we did, you finally were like, oh yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about.
Right.
So talk a little bit more about that. What did that feel like to finally be like, oh yes, this is what I wanted to say?
Yeah, at first I just could not get it through my brain. I was like, how can I connect Tanzania to my strengths and to my whys of PT? Because PT and Tanzania felt like two separate things in the beginning. And I was like, what? How do we do this? And then after going through that PDF that you gave us with writing down your strengths and what stories you want to tell and how to connect those, that helped so much and kind of made it click. And just you helping us organize with the show, don't tell, starting with that one story and just getting so in depth, that also inspired me to write the rest of that essay, was just thinking back to one specific story and then tying that to my strength and then to my why. That helped a lot.
Perfect. There's no secret sauce, right? Like you just told people the process. Thanks for.
Sorry,
No,
yeah, you can cut that part
You're totally
out.
fine. And it's on my webinars online, so they can go watch it. But it's one thing to know it. It's another thing to actually implement it, because you probably from the webinar, you were like, yeah, like that sounds good, but I don't know how to do that at my level, right? So that was really fun for me. I think that's always my favorite part of working with people is like, we have to take one step into the dark and be like, trust me right here, like this is kind of scary, but it's going to work out. And I love that challenge of I can make anything connect to PT. Like it's a piece of cake, right? And I think it's just, we have to get people out of the mindset of it has to be like injury or a shadowing experience, which we included like shadowing experiences later, right? But there's always a way that you can connect life experiences to being a successful physical therapist, because you have to connect with so many different people and there's different skills that you develop and attributes that you need to be successful. So that was great. And I think it's also fun when, in your own words, you could be like, hey, I can actually show this essay to my friends and family because it's like,
Right.
this is
Yeah.
me.
Afterwards, I felt like it did represent me and I felt more confident about it just because I know that your experience and you were able to like confirm whether like I'm on the right track or not, or whether this is what they want to see from me. So I just felt confident after our meetings.
Awesome. Awesome. So we were away for a while, and you went through the interview process,
Yep.
and you ultimately got accepted to which programs, and where are you going?
I got accepted to Northern Arizona University and Midwestern University in Arizona.
Awesome.
And I decided to go to my dream school, Northern Arizona University.
And you're going to, you're in the Phoenix campus, obviously.
Phoenix
We talked
campus,
about that.
Phoenix Biomedical Campus.
Awesome. My old home. It's a beautiful place. Yeah, that's great. So we got another lumberjack in the house, which is awesome. We need more lumberjacks. They're great. A great brew of people. So why did you choose NAU? Why was that your dream school?
Well, it's close to home, and I knew that the program was a little bit accelerated, 2.5 years, and it's the lowest cost in Arizona. And so why not save money, less debt?
Yeah.
So that was kind of at the top of my list, and just great faculty. I have a couple friends who have been through the program and have only good things to say about it. So that's why.
That is great. Great. And I echo all the sentiments. That was all the same reasons I chose NAU. As it was actually cheaper as an out-of-state applicant than my in-state school.
Oh,
Which I
wow.
was like, all right, that's weird, but okay, cool. I got in-state tuition after the first year, but it was still just like, it didn't make sense to me. But
The state
anyways,
can't be beat.
yeah, I love Arizona. It's great. That's why I still live here. So you've gone through this process. You've gotten accepted. That weight's lifted off your shoulders. I can see it in your face, actually.
Oh yeah, I feel so relieved.
It's so nice, right? So looking back at this process, what would be your piece of advice to pre-PTs that are coming up?
My advice would be to start as early as you can, just researching, getting prepared. There's so many moving parts to this application. Start talking to your professors. They may be your letter of rec later on. Start getting those shadowing hours. And I would also recommend you and your services because that helps out. And do that early too. Start your personal statement early so you can start just thinking about all the different stories, your strengths, and what you want to tell. So yeah, start early is my advice.
Start early. Fill in the blank with X, Y, and Z thing.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think that goes a long way for anything in the application process. It's being prepared, knowing what your target is. That resolves about 90% of all problems, is being ready to go. So that's great. Thank you, Ava.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure having you on. It's been a pleasure having you as a client, and that you are part of the physical therapy application coach family for life. So if you've got questions or concerns, especially since you'll be a little bit closer up in my neck of the woods, like if you got questions, I'm always here to help in any way, shape, or form. I'm a little more biased towards NAU future alumni, right? So you got the hookup there, but as a part of the Patapco family, I'm here to help you, however, and definitely take a look at all those resources that you got when you purchased. I was just going over with another client, the pre-PT to SPT survival guide as you kind of make the jump.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as you have a gap year, you're like, man, I forgot how to school, right? But that's fine because you kind of have to untrain yourself from undergrad habits and do more. You have to kind of treat it more like your job type of a thing, as opposed to just madness to survive and to get into school. But take a look at all those resources, and if you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to be able to help. And you may have people coming your way if they've got more questions about current state of NAU at the PPC. Yeah.
I'll take them all. Thank you so much for your help with my essay and the decision-making process. I did enjoy your YouTube video on how to choose which schools, but that was before I got accepted to my dream school. Because then once I got accepted there, I was like,
Doesn't
Easy-
matter.
easy But that video did give me a peace of mind beforehand. So thank you
Absolutely.
for all your help.
Awesome. No problem. Thanks, Ava. Good luck with everything. Take care.
Bye.